So this was discovered by an Italian physician known as Gaspar Corriere. Where he discovered that any falling object from above through the force of gravity on the northern, he discovered that any falling object will come down taking clockwise motion on the northern. And on the southern, he discovered that any falling object will come down taking anti-clockwise motion. But right at 0 degrees, he discovered that any falling object here will fall very much straight down. Because the two forces now coming at an equal position, making here the soil will fall here, falls very much straight down. And the whole experiment is normally based under 4 global positioning categories. So category 1, minerals, category 2, plants, 3, animals and human beings, and the 4th, aviation. So here we normally use category 1 of minerals, whereby we use just ordinary water. This just ordinary, these are my apparatus here. This just ordinary water. And a piece of pierced bowl here, right at the center. This hole represents center of gravity. And when water drains, take that force of gravity itself. And we have to move from 0 degrees, 20 to 30 meters away from 0 degrees. And we would ask, why are we moving 20 meters? Because Coriolis effect law stated that the further we move, the more the effect, and the closer we move to 0 degrees, the less the effect. That's why we are counting a bit more, 20 steps away, so that you can see a clear rotation of water. So we would pour water very perpendicular to this hole with a free-falling force from above. Then we let the water drain with the force of gravity, and in the north, it's like an indicator, and see very well, in the northern, water turns clockwise. And still gain those clockwise patterns. And still we shall be the same on the southern, and we expect the water to turn anti-clockwise and still gain those counterclockwise spirals. But when we come right at 0 degrees, no motion at all, no clockwise, all counterclockwise, our indicator will stand still and water will be draining very much straighter. So in category 2 of plants, you know clipping plants on the climbers. One supports and then themselves on other. They host, they cannot grow up straight on their own. So they host another plant so that they grow up. You see very well on the northern, according to that nature, on the northern, they clip themselves clockwise as they grow up, and on the southern, counterclockwise. So on category 3 of animals and human beings, if you want to prove maybe somebody was born northern or southern, you can view over here, that crown here. You see that pattern over here? You see very well a person born northern gives a very clear clockwise pattern. And a person born southern, clear counterclockwise pattern. But we people not born here, either you can have double crown or a pattern cannot be seen very well because we are neighboring equator so much. But from 15 to 20 degrees north, that's clockwise. On 15 degrees southern, counterclockwise. But when you come, right as we are neighboring equator so much, you cannot see very well. And on the last category, that's aviation. When you are in an aeroplane, if you want to prove maybe on the northern or southern, you see that flush toilet? According to how I behave, either clockwise motion we are in, northern, or counterclockwise motion we are in, southern. If no motion at all, you are in right at 0 degrees. And you view water draining from water tower. Water draining on the northern gives those clear clockwise spirals. And on the southern, clear counterclockwise spirals. And when you are right at 0 degrees water drains, very much straight down, clockwise or counterclockwise spirals. So to start our experiment, we shall have a walk just 20 meters north, then 20 meters south, and we shall end up right at 0 degrees, and maybe you'll be having certified that you are across the equator, the height above the sea level on the other board you can see there, that's 2,250 meters, also converted into feet, that's 7,525 feet above the sea level. So join me 20 meters north. 20 meters north. 20. Also calculate that here, but more than the speed. So you have to pour water very perpendicular to this hole. If you want to pour water here, you can cause it to come in the direction. That's why you are pouring water very perpendicular to this hole, right at the center with a free falling force.
What am I looking at?
Then you shall let the water now take that force of gravity itself. And you shall use a piece of indicator so that you can see how water rotates like a piece of grass here. So you can see now that it turns clockwise on the north. And the further we are moving, the more the speed, and the closer we are moving towards 0 degrees, the less the speed.
That is clockwise now.
That's clockwise, like a hand of a watch.
So will it affect my watch on the other side?
And still when not drains those clockwise spirals, and that's why the guitar turns clockwise. So let's move now right at southern. So let's see now south what will happen there.
Is this north now?
It's north.
This is north.
It's north.
Clockwise.
Yeah,
It's
clockwise.
north.
Yeah. Shall we repeat the same on the southern now? The south. Also we let it still drain to the force of gravity. Use the same indicator. Normally the prevailing winds from 0 degrees, they are normally reflected from 0 degrees right on the northern and left on the south. That's clockwise and counterclockwise. Also in rockets, that's in aviation, category 4, when they're starting to the space on the northern, so that they'll be able to penetrate that force of gravity, they must start clockwise, and in southern, counterclockwise. But right at 0 degrees, we expect no motion at all, not clockwise, not counterclockwise. Our indicator will start still drilling, but very much straight. So let's see now, right at 0 degrees, what will happen there?
My mask. Yes. Seems to be working.
Yeah, actually it works. It's a scientific experiment.
Very exciting.
You can use a matchstick or any kind of, but it will be lighter than. So let's see now, right at 0 degrees, what will happen here. To the force of gravity. You can see now it doesn't complete any rotation, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Because the forces are said to be 50-50. Also when water drains here, drains but very much to down here. Yeah? Marking the 0 point. So that marks the end of my demonstration, and thank you so much for your attention. So it's after this demonstration now, maybe you are qualified to gain a certificate here.
Wow.
You can have a look. So It is Equator Kenya certificate. So it is Equator Kenya certificate. So on the first margin here, this is the certificate. Your name is the country has closed Equator this day, year and time. On the right sign on the left, you sign on the right. So this we normally sell at a rate of 500 Kenya shillings.
What's your name?
I'm Benjamin.